Yes.
Hold on.
I signed in.
Is that better now? Can you hear me okay?
It's perfect.
Yes, yes? Okay. And it's recording too. I just saw the little button go up at the top. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was well Linda. She saved the day. So this
okay,
is
cool.
All right, go for it.
Awesome. Okay, so for those who I haven't met or haven't, seen, I've seen all you guys mostly on the team page. But my name is Jen Forbes. I've been a coach for a year and a half now. I have 3 little boys, a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old. I live in Canada, so just north of Toronto. So hands up if you guys are any. Is there any Ontarians from here? I know Brooke's on here. I think Brooke's on here. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about community building and how I felt my latest venture, which was really unexpected and kind of exciting all at the same time, and it really derived from Beachbody. So let me go back 3 months ago. I had which all of us moms do. We had a struggle in terms of do I go back to work? Do I not go back to work? Do I do full time? Do I do part time? So I kind of looked at all the options, and I put my kids into more into full time, and I just went back to work. And I thought that was the answer, and I was just really struggling just with that right now because they're just so young, and something just wasn't right. So I kind of took a break, just a minute, and kind of sat down and wrote my 3 things that my why. You guys have been all recording your videos and just saying your why, which is something that's really important. So I wrote down the 3 things that what I want to do for work to serve. That's what would I would like to do. So my 3 things were my kids utmost priority, time freedom, and just being active and helping other moms that don't have maybe access to other fitness programs kind of find that. So from that, I was talking with my friend. She mentioned she did boot camps, and she traveled 30 minutes from our town because there wasn't any boot camps in town, outdoors or indoors. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, that's something that I could do, or maybe I'd be really interested in because I'm a dance teacher for 10, 15 years, not to age myself, but, and I used to do conditioning classes and do Beachbody now. So I'm kind of okay, well, I started talking to her, and she's like, you need to absolutely put it out there. And I hope all of you guys have a friend like that that's just do it, because I put it out there, and I put it on the local Facebook group. So just nothing fancy. I just put it out there, and I just said, who would be willing or who would want an outdoor boot camp, 7:45 after the kids go to bed, outdoors at our local park. And within the first 12 hours, I had 50 people message me saying, what is this about? Tell me more, which is pretty fantastic. That was okay, I'm on to something in terms of something that I want to do, something that I like to do, and people need. So from there, I did these things. I did a small business plan, sort of, but you know what? Everyone that is a Beachbody coach, all you guys have all the small skills that you need to do anything that you want to do. If you want to open up anything locally to community, kind of got skills, because which we've done on my local groups. And I set up Google Forms and Google Sheets, which we have all done. So in terms of tracking all the people that I've talked to, and scripts and all that stuff that we've done with Beachbody as well. So it was really familiar, which was really nice, and especially when you're starting something new. And then I set up my email address, and it's called Sweat City Boot Camps. So you guys, I'll send the link after so you can check it out. And I did outdoor fitness, 1 night class, and I did stroller fitnesses, that's a hard word to say, stroller fitness classes. And for the most part, as of right now, they are filled. So 20 people in each class. So there's 60 people total who signed up and paid and they're interested, and it's awesome because I'm doing something local. And then from there, like, how does this all connect to Beachbody? Like, in terms of, that's what kept going through my mind. Like, how am I going to work this as like two businesses, but as one? Like, so I kind of kind of had like a little think about it. And I was like, well, the first thing I'm going to do is everyone's going to get a package when they first sign up. And they're going to, when I first see them for the first class, they're all going to get a beach bar. They're all going to get Shakeology, little packages, and they're all going to get like a discount kind of like coupon for like, if they sign up as a coach, they're going to get like their 20% off of all the products and everything like that. So it's kind of like introducing them. If they want to do it, that's cool. If they want to do the fitness classes, that's cool too. So it's just kind of like, so my businesses can kind of weave into one another. The greatest thing, and I know we've all done this, and I'm sure I'm not alone on this, where there's that one person who really, really wants to sign up with Beachbody, but they're always saying like, oh, not right now, not the time, or like the money, I just don't want to spend right now, or all these things that are just saying no. Well, I had this one girl, Amy, and I was talking to her for like a year or two, and she just was like, maybe right now, contact me on your next Facebook group challenge. Anyways, I put out this ad and she messaged me and said, I want to join your class, and was my first client for my boot camp. So what I've learned from like going through all of this is just the community, the personal touch that people need is real. Like, they really need to kind of like see what you're doing, either online, like if you guys go on live, like Jack, like I've never met you before, but I mean, you go live, right? So if you have that, that's fantastic. But this is another outlet, something to do like that I found like in my local community, which for me works. That's really, something really special. And going forward, if this is something that you think that you would want to do, and it doesn't have to be just fitness boot camps. It could be anything, nutrition, it could be motivational speaking, Zumba classes, Morgan's doing Zumba classes, any kind of things that kind of drive you. So write down 3 things that you're passionate about. So whether it be more on the nutrition of everything and helping women and doing like small group nutrition classes, if that's really interesting to you, then put it out there, like free salad making classes at your house or wherever you want to host it, somewhere mutual, so it doesn't have to be at your house, but something that is passionate to you, because then from there, the community, the people that you meet, you may not have met them before. So I'm really interested in how it's going to go. I'll let you guys all know. My first class is June 5th, and I'll be taping it. So I'll put it on here, and I'll give you guys all, kids fitness classes. Oh, that's a really good idea. That'd be really good. See, you can bring kids. And a lot of moms have messaged me, and they're like, oh, for the stroller boot camp, I have like a baby and a 2-year-old can still come. I'm like, I'll never say no to any mom that wants to work out. So I think that is fantastic. Kids, that's just involving them, right? So yeah. Anyways, that's how I'm going to close it. If you want to message me, if you have, you guys, any other questions of like,
sorry, my connection.
I have to definitely share it with everyone.
Jen, can you hear me? Sorry, I don't know if my connection's breaking up or if it's
Can you hear me okay? Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, Cheryl had a really good question. So do you use Beachbody workouts or do you make your own routine? Are you certified to teach? Like, how are you using that?
That's a really good question. So I'm a dance teacher, so I'm certified with the Russian Society Ballet. I kind of have that certification under me to do various kind of exercises, but more ballet. And then I'm a Beachbody coach, so I'm using some of those workouts, like we all know. So I'm going to pretty much use T25, a lot of it, because there's no weights. And it's a lot of modifications I can do for anyone. And then I'm going to get my CanFit Pro certification. So that's a certification online. I think it's $450. And it's like group fitness exercise class certification. So with all that, kind of put it all together. But I'm not going crazy. I'm not going to get my fitness training, personal fitness training, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do that because I feel like we have enough under our belt. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can definitely handle it once I get that certification. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then
let me see if I see any other questions. Hold on.
What do you charge per class?
So what?
Sorry, Jen, you're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if you can like shift positions or. No, I completely lost her. Can anybody else hear? Or is it me? My internet seems spotty too.
Oh, I think it's her connection because it's breaking.
Dang.
I think it's pretty much breaking.
Okay.
Well, we still there, Are you there?
I was gonna say we can make a list of questions for her. I mean, I'm sure she'll try to hop off and hop back on. But make a list of questions for her. Brooke can't hear either. Okay, Brooke, can you hear me though? It's breaking up. Okay, that's right. Up in Canada, they're on the other side of the wall. Yeah, I love you so much. Okay, Jen, there you are.
Can you hear me, Kay?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's breaking up a little bit. I think.
Okay, well, I live on a farm, so I'm gonna move to a different location. That's probably why. Is that better?
It's going in and out. We'll try it again. Okay. So yeah, Brooke can hear you too. Perfect. So then, yeah, how much do you charge per class? That was the next question.
Yes, so I charge $40 for the 4 classes.
Okay.
And then I do, so I have 20 women total in each of my classes. So if you do the math, there's $40 is one person, 40 times 20, so it's $800 per month that I make for doing one 45-minute class a week.
That's awesome. And honestly, guys, that's a great way to, 1, build a secondary income, 2, build a community of people locally that you can work out with, because I love this. Like, I move so often, and I think I have to attribute that to why our team is everywhere. A lot of teams are locally, and they're like, oh, we have all our besties everywhere, but I move all the time, and for some reason, I love my Canadians, and they love me, so we have a lot of Canadians on our team, and which I do love, but it's so neat to see Jen branch out locally and get to know people. And I was just talking to my neighbors the other day because we have a community center. I don't have any, I'm not going to become a personal trainer. I have zero interest in doing that. I'm not going to, but I can run fitness classes. There's nothing that says I can't run a fitness class out of our community center. And all the community center charges is $1 per person. So anything after that is profit. And I was like, okay, well, they even have internet and they even have a TV. So I can even hook up the workout to the screen, and I'm just like the cheerleader up front to hang out with all these people. And there's tons of moms, and that's the question that I got is like, well, it's going to be summer. What are we going to do with our kids, or how can we do that? And I'm like, oh, I couldn't live my life without my kids tagging along. So same thing. I never tell anybody they couldn't come. And I haven't even had my first class because I haven't made it a priority, but now I'm going to get my butt in gear. But just doing something like that, because guess what? Those people coming to Jen's one class, they're going to feel a sense of community. They're going to want something more outside of just those 1 or 2 classes a week or whatever that is. And this is what we have to offer right here. We have the calls. We have 3 calls. The first, second, and third Tuesday of the month, there is a call. Then we have leader calls. Then we have team. We have summit. We have the leadership retreat. We have all these amazing opportunities for them to come together and really find that true connection with women. That's really hard to find as we grow older and our kids have us forced into our homes, or your kids move out and it's hard to make friends. I know I'm forced to make friends because I have to talk to all the sports moms, or I'm at the school all the time. What if your kids are grown? Like, there's so many different things. And going to a Facebook local community page, it's just putting yourself out there, getting over your fear of saying, hey, like, I have this to offer, and doing it. And that's what Jen did. And she was like, I know it's not on Beachbody clients' butt. And I'm like, oh no, don't you butt me. Like, there's no butt. This is a huge win for community building. This is a huge win for doing exactly what we want to do, is lift up other women, support other women, and have an opportunity to connect more. Like, this is a huge win. And that's why when I was like, can you need to lead a team call, you and Tracy, because Tracy wants to do the same thing too. Like, this needs to happen, because why not think outside of the box? Why not push past a fear that holds us back? Like, it's really nerve-wracking for me, and I'm like Chatty Cathy over here, to even host a class in my community center. I don't even go to like community center. I don't go to fitness classes. I'm the lady in the back hiding because I'm so freaked out. Like, and I'm very friendly, but fitness classes are like my fear. It makes me sweat thinking about it. And so that's why I love that. I love that Jen did it. I love that she broke it down for us. I'm sure we're going to have a ton more questions for you as the days come on and people start brainstorming. So don't be scared if your inbox gets like overloaded.
No, for sure. If you guys have any questions, because I'm just looking to see where all the questions kind of popped up and I can't get back to it. So I'll definitely look over everything and I'll get back to you guys. I'll just post that, like all the different questions that you guys have. I'll answer anything. So yeah, just message me.
Can I just have like one question?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I can't really hear. Can you guys hear?
Yes. Well, I can hear myself talking.
Hold on. It says my internet connection is unstable. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
You talk.
Can you hear? Okay. So I don't know if I'm like being crazy, but is it like a legal issue to like go to a community center and stream a Beachbody workout with other people that are Beachbody members? Like, is that any issue?
So because we used to, back in the day, they used to call them fit clubs. And there's actually a waiver or a form you have people sign and fill out when they come. And you're hosting fit clubs. So you're like sharing the workout with them. I'm not giving them access to my bod.
Right. But that's okay? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
You can share.
I just wasn't sure if there's like a restriction on that. You know, I don't know. I don't know the details.
You can share the workout and do it like as a group, but you can't teach it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Then you need to be certified through Beachbody or Beachbody Live before you don't.
But you can be like, let's follow the video and we'll do it together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't go there and say, I am going to host a Transform 20 workout in the park, but you can pull moves from it. I mean, that's all right.
Oh yeah.
You can't title it that. Yeah.
But if you're going to do that, it does make sense to get the certification, especially now that they're running for like $99 and you can get trained online, because then Beachbody does the advertisement for you and they give you all your marketing materials. They give you punch cards. I mean, you have everything that you need, and it's almost all profit. Whatever you want to charge is up to you. So it's certainly a maker.
Wait, you sold me on the punch card. I love a good punch card. I know it's the little things, but I'm not kidding.
If you're a certified instructor of any of their stuff, in fact, they just announced the Transform 20 certification, I think today. I saw the email or something. I mean, you can charge $2 if you want to. You can charge $20 a class. They don't set you limits on the charge. They tell you, try to fit it in with the community that you're in. But, they have punch cards that you can print and use if you want to sell like a package. And they,
Linda,
you get it advertised on the Beachbody website. So like if somebody puts in their zip code and they're looking for, let's say, a PIO class and you teach PIO, then it'll come up. So it's free advertising too.
You just created them. Cool. I'm going to get certified in everything.
All right. So all my New England, Boston area people, I see a few of you on there. I think we should all do something together because like a group, we can drag people in from all over the place.
Love that.
It's safety in numbers.
No, that's really cool. Okay. I love it. And your call to action was write down 3 things that you're passionate about, right?
Yes. Yeah. So 3 things that you're passionate about that can kind of drive, if you want to do a second business or a second kind of like venture, what can drive that? So more in terms of like, your next, like really why you became a Beachbody coach too. That's totally in this. It's very intertwined. It could be exactly the same 3 reasons why you became a Beachbody coach as why you want to do something as well to kind of boost that business forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jen. I love it. It was fresh. It was exciting. My brain's all over the place. I'm really pumped. And now we're going to turn it over to Tracy to add to that. And then I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because I'm going to have so many ideas. Go ahead, Tracy.
Oh my goodness, Jen, I'm reeling too. And I'm like, now I have to like talk about what I want to talk about, but I just want to talk about boot camps.
You're awesome.
No, that was awesome. So I will definitely be hitting you up with questions for sure.
Yes, please.
Okay, guys. So most of you guys all here know who I am, but for those, I think there are a few fresh faces that I don't know, but my name is Tracy Brigg. I've been coaching with Beachbody here I was just doing the math when Jen was saying how long she has. I think it'll be coming on 3 years in August. So about just a little over 2.5 years or so. And I just want to share like how I came about this opportunity. And so basically, right around that time, I met my husband about 10 years ago through music. We joined a band together, which was pretty freaking awesome. I love music. I sing in a band. He plays guitar. And basically, he pulled me out of my shell in terms of like just put myself out there. Like I never thought I could do anything like that before. And he totally had this like vision and faith in me that I didn't even know I could do anything like this. And we just had blast together. Fast forward, naturally we got engaged. I moved in first, and then we got engaged. And the day after we got engaged on Christmas 2015, he had a stroke. And my world was literally turned upside down. And everything we were planning, everything that we were going to do together, our future plans were like, basically, I don't want to say crushed, but like no longer kind of like mattered, didn't exist. All that mattered was what was going to happen to him. And just probably 2 months prior, and we were big gym goers. So like we were people that went to the gym all the time. He worked like kind of opposite shifts than I do. And I didn't even tell you what I do. I am a full-time registered pharmacy technician at Costco. So I work 40 hours a week. And so our shifts were pretty opposite, but we always made time together to make sure we took care of ourselves. That was big for him. Health was huge for him because he had a heart condition at 15 and needed to have major heart surgery. So right from a young age, he never smoked. He had a couple of drinks, of course you can drink occasionally, but never smoked, never did drugs, always took care of himself physically, and was basically told like, you have to do this. Otherwise, it could be a fatal thing. So I was of the same sort of mindset. And so that never really was an issue until this life-altering thing happened. My regular routine didn't look the same anymore. I really was just going to and from the hospital and to and from my job, and that was my life. And like I said, 2 months prior, I had seen Jack just scrolling through Facebook. I mean, the one time I talk about scrolling, getting lost in the scroll, this is the one time I don't regret it, because I seriously just started seeing Jack, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she does this from home? Like, I don't understand. Like, how do you do this from home? And I just didn't give it really a second thought, but I did comment because I couldn't stop myself. I had to comment and tell this girl, oh my gosh, I think you're amazing. This is so incredible. And she reached back out to me and was like, just regular conversation at first. And like, again, 2 months after that, he had his stroke, and now I didn't even give that a second thought. And I wasn't taking care of myself. 2 months in, he's still in the hospital, and my world doesn't look the same anymore. And I'm not taking care of myself, and I don't know what to do. And by God's grace, because I'm not sure if you guys are on here, how many of you are believers, but I totally believe, I'm a believer in God. And she randomly sent me a random message and basically reached out to me. And it was that one message that totally changed my world. Because if she hadn't, I don't know what my life would look like in terms of like taking care of myself. I'm sure I would have figured something out, but I didn't know. I was in like a downward spiral really fast. And she had me put right into a community group, into a challenge group. And it was the best thing ever. I thought, like, how did I not know this existed? I'm very close with my family, but I didn't really have what we call a community here, home, one-on-one. I had people I worked with, but then I left work and that was that. I had a couple close friends, and I have 2 sisters and my parents, but like I didn't have like, my family thought I was crazy that we worked out like we did, Darren and I. Like, are you guys crazy? You just worked 8-hour shift and you're going to go to the gym? Yeah, I'm going to go to the gym. Like, that's just the way we functioned. But that no longer worked for me. And now I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Like, there's no way I can physically think of how I can get to the gym. Because again, I don't live in proximity, very close to things. So I'm like, I have to drive to the hospital, and then I have to go to work, and then I have to go home, and then how am I going to get to the gym? And my mind was reeling, and it was the last thing on my plate. And having this opportunity brought to me, it was like, of course I had hesitations and reservations. I'm like, this isn't going to work for me. I was never a person that worked out from home. It's not going to work. And she's like, just give it a try. Put all your fears and reservations aside and just try it. Believe in me. Like, believe that this will work. I believe in you, and I believe this will be your ticket to like something that you would need. And she was 100% right. I think I did 2 challenge groups, and I was like right in there. I was like, this is amazing. I love it. I'm like, I'm sucking, but I love it. And I didn't care. I didn't know how to do this type of fitness in my mind. I mean, I didn't have a home gym. I still don't really have a home gym. But in my mind, I thought I needed to have all the things in order to be successful too, because I still had that gym mindset. Like, well, I don't have all the equipment, so I can't do it. That's kind of like where I had a ceiling. I had my limits there. And then having this community is really what just changed everything for me. I instantly just was like, everyone needs to have this. And how do I bring this to everyone over here? How do I have to figure it out, because I want this for everybody. I want everyone, because everyone has things that happen in their life like I did. I'm not the only one. I'm not the abnormal. There's tragedy, and there are upset and things that uproot your life every single day. And of course, in the moment, I thought I was the only person. Like, no one gets it. No one understands. I'm all alone. And, I'm not going to get emotional today. Not going to get emotional. I had to do math in my head for a second. How old am I? I'm 30. I'm going to be 36. So 3 years ago. So yeah, I was 33. I was 33 years old, and my future husband I was dealing with a life and death situation here. He could die. He couldn't die. He might not die. I don't know. Am I like, what? I shouldn't be doing this at 33. No one else understands me, is kind of where I was at. And I close up and I box up. And instead of doing that, I was so close to just that hole was it was digged. It was being dug. And I was close to just being closing that hole. And if it wasn't, like I said, for that message, but I believe that God was meant to bring Jack into my life for that purpose. And I was meant to be here and to be on this journey because, we were people that took care of ourselves, but now taking care of ourselves looked different. And I needed to figure out how that worked now for me. And I want to help people realize that they can find that for themselves as well. I want that for everyone else. And some people will be like, well, I don't know how to do that. I know that I need to make a change, and I know that I need to make something needs to change in my life, but how do I do that? How do I execute that? And Jen mentioned it. Jack mentioned it. A few people mentioned it. We need to create our list, create our results to-do list. What do I want my life to look like? I know I don't like what it is like now, whatever it may be, even if it's goal or fitness or nutrition, it doesn't matter. Whatever that is for you, what do you want it to look like? And just really break it down. Bullet point form. This is what I want for myself. This is what I want for my family. I want us to eat better. I want us to eat healthier in our house. So what does that mean? Maybe that means literally being a little bit drastic and going through your entire kitchen and pantry and ripping everything out and throwing all the dirt, the gross stuff and bad stuff out. And starting from scratch. And people are like, oh my God, you're crazy. Why would you do that? That's money wasted. And sometimes it takes a drastic change, a drastic move to uproot and change and start that change moving forward. You need that. I know you think, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm going to fail. I've tried this before. Yeah, everything you're saying. That's why we have this community. This is what makes this different. I truly believe that. Because I wasn't meant to do this by myself. I was a person that did things by themselves all the time. I just thought, I don't need anybody. I can do this on my own. And I was so stubborn. I'm still stubborn. I was so stubborn. And even going through the events with Darren, like the first 2 weeks, every day I slept at that hospital. And my mom even like, it's not that I turned away help. It was that the people that wanted to just do a little more, it was like, no, you don't have to bring me food to the hospital. It's okay, I can eat. Like my mom wanted to bring me food in a cooler. Like I love her. She's just the most amazing person. And she realized, because she's my mom, she knows me, I'm just not going to ask you. I'm just going to do it. Like, that's stupid. Why did I ask you? Because I know you're going to tell me no, but I'm just doing it anyways. That's what moms do. But that was me. That was my mindset. I'm like, I don't need help. I don't need you. And boy, like what type of mindset is that? And digging into this opportunity, realizing that I needed personal development, that I needed to dig deeper with myself and figure out really truly what my why was. Because it runs deeper than just my health and fitness. I want to create a life where, and I will create a life where I'm be home with him and I am creating memories with him and I'm spending time, like, yeah, time freedom, but time freedom for me is like literally, and you guys, I've shared my story before. If you want to know more, please reach out to me. I have no problem. I have no problem sharing it. But his memory of the last 10, 15 years is really, truly what he suffers from. It's pretty much like non-existent. Now, he has memories day to day. He can remember little things here and there. He's getting better. It goes deeper, and I'll share later if you want. But that scared me in the beginning. I'm like, our entire relationship is gone. Now what? Like every single day I come home and he's just like, that's it. Like who am I coming home to? Like I didn't know how to work through that. And really he just said to me simply, it doesn't matter about the memories we had it matters about the memories we're about to make. And he said that to me, and I was like, oh my God, like, you're so right. Like, you're so right. But how am I going to do that when I work 40 hours outside my home and I come home and I'm exhausted and I'm a little Gucci and I need to like unwind and just like unplug, but I want to spend time with my husband, but I kind of don't want to be around him, but I haven't been around him. You know what I mean? The same things we all feel, all of you feel, even if you don't work outside the home. You're stay-at-home moms, you have children, your husband may come home from work or from where, and you're just like, no, don't come near me. Like, just move. But you want to be with them, but, come on, let's be realistic. Like, we have other things that happen throughout our day. But for me, it was like, well, I want that opportunity to have that time for me and be able to still spend my day with him. And I don't want to take that away from our life by having to work this job because I can't afford not to. And I need benefits and all of that. When I could create this life by helping other people find their passion, find their why, find their truth so they can do the same. And we're just living these incredible lives together. Like, hearing Jen speak about how she's brought this to so many women and their children and their families, just to come together in a park, working out together, just that 1 hour or 45 minutes or however long she said, is going to just change their day. It's going to change their life. That small and little insignificant, like, just passion she had was like, maybe I'll do that. How incredibly amazing that is, that it's going to, the trickle effect is just going to start changing all of these lives. And that's what I want to do for everyone that I come in contact with. I want to share this community. I want to share this support system. All of you guys have been there, whether you've realized it or not, for me in some way. And I know I could reach out to each and every one of you on this call in a heartbeat if I just was like, dude, I'm going to lose my shit. And I just need someone to talk to. Because I never had that before. I never had that where someone understood. Even if they didn't know exactly what I was going through, they were there for me with no like expectation and just pure out of just love and kindness and support. I want you guys, I know Jen gave you a takeaway tonight with write down your 3 passions, and it's pretty much mirrors what my takeaway was going to be. And it's, I want you guys to sit down and I want you guys to write down your to-do list, your results. What do I want my life to look like? And it includes your 3 passions. What's not working for you that you want to look different? I think that's really important for all of us, even if it's like, I've done that before. I do this on a monthly basis just because every month that rolls around and it's the first of the month and it's like, what are my goals? What do I want? Because you change, right? As we grow and as we just like the incredible growth in this community and through our journeys, you realize like, wow, like what I wrote down when I first started and what I feel now and what I want, so much bigger. Like the things I wrote down, I have that in a book and I was like, wow, I was just so like, and that's okay. Cause like, that's where I was. I didn't know I had deeper goals and deeper wants and deeper dreams, but it makes me chuckle because I was like, wow, girl, you didn't know how to dream. You had bigger dreams than you even knew you had. Like, so that's what I have for you ladies.
Good. Thank you, Tracy. You bring up a good point. You know, I'm just going 1 second here. I'm going to mention. So if you don't know me, I'm a shrink, and I have anywhere from 10 to 15 new clients a week. And I guarantee you every single week, I have at least one woman who comes to therapy, pays for therapy because they don't have a community. They don't know how to build friends, find friends as an adult. They don't know where to go or what to do and how to do it. And, you know, their life has been about kids and spouses and work and education. And so there's no more extracurricular activities like you have when you're in high school or college or, you know, mom's clubs. So never underestimate the value that we have to give to other women, you know, just by inviting them. And because even if they say no, they're still watching. So.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Linda. I love your intro, especially. If you don't know me, I'm a shrink. That's our team shrink. We don't pay her, so I'm not sure if anything you tell her is confident and in confidentiality. I can't guarantee anything, but she is in fact a shrink, and she educates us on every call. Thank you so much, Tracy, for sharing your story. And if you don't follow Tracy, go to her Facebook, go to her Instagram. It's just amazing to watch Darren's journey. And it's honestly been such a blessing to be a part of the growth that they've had as a couple for the 3 years. And I just see them continuing to grow and our community continuing to grow because you guys get it. You guys are on this call because you get it. You understand that even though we're tired because it's 8:30 at night or 9:11 at night here on the East Coast, and God knows we're up at 5 a.m. or 4 or earlier. I understand that, but this is where it is. This is where, as Tracy would say, the meat and potatoes is. This is where it is in these calls, is getting that connection time. And maybe you can't get to a live event this year. You can't come to Summit or you can't come to Leader Retreat, even though you really need to come. I get that. But these are my non-negotiables. When I want to lean out, I lean in. Whenever I'm like, and whenever I don't, when I'm not around, I'm not like in the threads, I immediately get a message like, basically, are you dying? Because people know that I have trained myself. I have pushed past my fears. Instead of leaning out, that I just say, okay, this is what's on my mind, because we're all really good at hiding. And so I think Jen's call to action of finding your 3 passions, and then Tracy's combining that with the results list, is literally saying, okay, what are the 3 areas? You know, you start with one area of your life. You can start with one of those passions or one area that's not working for you. We all have an area that's not working for us, whether it be your parenting, whether it be your wifing, whether it be your health and fitness, whether it be your cooking, whatever it is. We're not perfect. We were never created to be perfect. So find that area that you just don't freaking like. You don't like. And so I want you guys to look at it and say, okay, what area is not working? How do I change it? Work backwards from that. If you want to lose 200 pounds, you don't just say, well, I'm going to lose 200 pounds. Oh, wait, I didn't. It's tomorrow. Goal's over. No, you work backwards. You write down the result. You write what you want to do, and then you do the shit you don't want to do to get there. Sorry, but like, you don't want to eat healthy. You don't want to cut out sugar. You don't want to work out. Then do you really want to lose 200 pounds? Do you? Like, no, you don't. So that's what a results list is, doing the stuff that you don't want to do. When you look at your to-do list and you're checking off all that easy stuff and you're like, look how good I did today. Half of it's done. But did you check off the hard stuff? No, you checked off the laundry because you got to just switch over the loads and throw the rest on the couch and boom, no one can see it. Checked off that block. Dishes in the dishwasher, haven't even started it, but guess what? Those dishes are done. But did you go invite people to the community? No, because I didn't have time because I had to hide my dishes in my laundry. Because someone's coming over that would actually care what your house looks like. No, and if they did care, they don't belong in your friend basket because no one got time for that, okay? And you gotta help them out. So that's it. Love the call to actions. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you to Jen, and welcome to Brooke and Brittany. They're new on the call. I'm so excited to have you guys here. There's a phone number that dialed in too, so that's awesome. Don't forget our next call is it's the first and third Tuesday of the month. I'd love to tell you. It's in 3 weeks because we have a random 5th Tuesday, I think, right? Is that why? But yeah, so set a reminder in your phone so you can be here, and then invite a friend, okay? Because even if they're not coaching, they can join. They can join and listen in and be a part of the community, and maybe it'll plant a seed in their heart that they're like, you know what, I do need something a little different. I do want to be friends with a bunch of badass women, and I do want to join something bigger than myself. I just don't know how. It's our job to invite them. So that is it, guys. I'm going to take a quick photo. Photo op. Just don't worry if your cheeks are rosy red like mine. And I always say cheese awkwardly. Just stay where you are. Smile. Do an awkward thumbs up, and we got it. All right, guys.
June 4th is our next call.
June 4th. Set the reminder in your phone. Be there or be square. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, bye.